What's up guys, and welcome to the channel. Today we'll be discussing the Audi A4 2013 B8.5, and this is basically a guide to cosmetic as well as performance upgrades if you got your hands on one of these beauties. Now, because whenever you get a sports sedan or anything in that sense, you always there's always upgrades that can be done to make it look even better. Of course, Audi didn't release a sport version of this variant, for instance like an RS4 event, or an RS of this A4 for instance. So I guess then we'll be going over a few points as to what upgrades can be done. So my car specifically is a 2013 A4. It's the 1800 turbocharged, and I got it for a great deal. The car itself as it stands, it's stock, no upgrades has been done whatsoever, and it's literally the best. You can see it's the S-line package though, so it's got the upgraded rims, the lowered suspension, it's the S-line trim, so it's got all the leather seats with the added things inside. And then I don't believe there's anything performance wise on the changes from the A4 1.8T between if you add the S-line trim or not, but it's got the sunroof and everything. So let's start with upgrades. Okay, so obviously the rear, there's a few upgrades you can do on the rear. For instance, the first thing obviously is going to be your boot spoiler. So now obviously for your boot spoiler you get this lip that comes over here. You can either, you get different types. You get the ducktail that stands a bit out. You get a thin, it's like an inch or two thick, just to cover it, to give you that extra cosmetic look. And then you get different, you get another one that is like almost like the ducktail that has an insert here, and then we'll show you a few pictures of that. And then after the boot spoiler, you can obviously black out all your trims, your badges. You can black out the Audi badge there. You can even debadge it or just black them out, get back behind badges, or just spray them yourself. And then obviously you can do the quad pipe exhaust system that personally for me that looks the best. Is doing your quad pipes. It's basically two of the dual pipes. This front lip, and then along with that you're obviously gonna have to change your diffuser. So this is a stock diffuser obviously. So then with your diffuser you can get a carbon fiber one that has a few fins and everything, or you could just get a plain one with a for space with the quad pipe exhaust. Now with the exhaust you get a few upgrades. You can either do a cosmetic quad pipe that only changes the look, no performance enhancements, or you can do the downpipe depending on which brand you take, whatever. That gives you about 8 kilowatts of power. That isn't major, but if you're doing a few enhancements to your car performance wise, 8 kilowatts is going to help you to reach whatever you want to reach. And then for the rear, I think that's it. You're not going in aggressively, changing things aggressively. And then you can smoke your lights, you can tint them, make them black, but personally I like them this way. And then on the sides, they come out with skirts, so that there's not much you can change. Obviously you can change your rims. These are 19 inch rims, and they came like this, stock with the S-line package, and they look perfect, so there's nothing wrong with that. All right, then another thing you can do, you can obviously wrap your roof in a different color. You can wrap it in black, but then again, if you wrap the whole car, it's senseless to wrap the roof then. There's a few good wraps you can do in your car. You can wrap it black, and I'll pull up a few images of that. Wrapping is I can advise it at most, because it preserves your paint, your original paint job. Say it doesn't, you know, scratch, get dents that easily, and it's covered and protected by the wrap itself. Or if you really like your color as is, you can do you know, those wax coatings, ceramic coatings, whatever you call them, to preserve your color, preserve your paint. And then moving on to the front of the vehicle, you can do a few upgrades here as well. You can, first of all, you can change this grille to an RS style grille. So that obviously removes all of this. You know how an RS style grill looks like, and then it will look much better. I'm planning, like, all of these upgrades I'm listing is what I'm planning on doing. And then this RS style grill, either a black grill with the trim or just an all black grill, even with the black badges. And then but me personally, I want the S4 badge on my RS grill, or an RS4 badge on there. And then you can obviously tint your lights. And then again, another thing for your bumper, you can add a front. Again with this, you get this fog light insert almost. I'll show you a picture. It's a carbon fiber that comes over here. It gives the car a more aggressive stance and makes it wider looking in front. And then for the front, I think that's about it for upgrades on the front, cosmetic wise. Yeah, so that's about, after you've done all those upgrades, it'll look like a proper sports sedan, like it would have come from the factory if they implemented like an RS4, you know, type of sedan. That's what you would have gotten. And then obviously you can do the mirrors. You can change the mirrors either to a carbon fiber, you know, wrap or something, just to blend it in with all. If you're going carbon fiber, you can wrap this in carbon fiber, your skirts and your handles or whatnot. Yeah, you can play around with the thing. Wrapping, best with wrapping is you can play around a lot, and then if you don't like it, just remove it, and then it's gonna look as if, because if you know, repaint it, that's more permanent than a wrap. Then that's about it, guys. The last and final thing would obviously be tinting your windows. Now, where I live, there's no law against how dark your window should be. I think the darkest is 80%. So here in South Africa, we can go 80% on our windows. We can go dark on the back window, but we're not allowed to tint the front window. The only law is against the front window being tinted. So that's the only law keeping us from tinting as black as that. Adding the software, adding the exhaust system, you're looking about well over 100 kilowatts, maybe 115 if you're doing 110, 115. I'm not doing exact math, but you're looking at a good upgrade. Only doing two simple things: upgrading exhaust and your software. Those two are not that expensive. There are more expensive upgrades you can do, but those are basics. You can even do a small thing like adding a K&N filter. Those are all small things you can do that's easy to do and not hard to come by. And then you're looking about, because currently it's about 120, I'm not sure, 125 horsepower. So adding those two, adding about 48 kilowatts is going to give you an extra boost. I mean, it's a low maintenance vehicle. It's a 4-cylinder, you know, it's good on fuel. The fuel economy is good. So it's definitely a good boost for an economic vehicle, and it's fun to drive, and it's not that expensive considering it's a 2013 model. So if you're on a budget and you can't afford, you know, an RS7, you know what I mean. Then guys, stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Next video I'll be releasing on internal upgrades, what upgrade you can do internally. And then because we've covered all external upgrades, then there's a few internal upgrades you can do to make it look, you know, add in with the external upgrades you've done. So one thing I've skipped is, whenever you're doing your carbon fiber trims and things, you're going to have to wrap the trim black as well. Let's say you're wrapping your vehicle, you're gonna have to wrap these trims as well. as just a small add-on. And like I've said, we've covered the basic entry-level cosmetic changes you can do, and then also we've discussed the basic entry-level performance upgrades you can do. That's easy to come by. So thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for the next video, and have a great day.